What's the deal, everyone? It is the one and only Invasion Gaming's Click Spawn, and I am back with another video. And as you know, Forsaken has been taking the gaming world by storm with the new drops, new content, weapons, armor, mods, as well as just the overall, update for the Destiny 2 game. Now, in this video, I just want to go ahead and go over just a few points, a few little key tips on how to level up faster in the game, so you can find yourself moving up from levels, 1 all the way to 10, 15, 20, and 30 and on up. Now, when you do reach level 20 in this game, I do want to let people know that you're going to have to get yourself a, I want to say with the shards from the Earth planet, and it's gonna be where it's gonna be an actual mission to where you'll have to take on the mission as the Guardian, and it's like a sub mission of just like the or part of the storyline in order to help your character continue to grow throughout the game. Now, before I get into it, I just want people to know, like, if you like what I go over in this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe for newer content that will be on the way as well. And if you have any videos in mind that you figured that you would like to see me cover, definitely leave a comment at the bottom of the video. Alright, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, I just want to say, like, for me, since I've been playing this, it only literally took me a good 48 hours, right? And that's not I don't want to say that's like a 48-hour straight run, but like a totality of 48 hours overall. It only took me to really reach level 20, and I would have been in a higher level if I had paid more attention, but I forgot that once you reach level 20, you have to go to the Earth planet to do the Guardian mission with the shard in order to elevate yourself and get the subclass for your warrior as well. Since I already had kind of the subclass unlocked for a while, I would have already been like at level 25 or more than 30 if I would have did it earlier. So, like, once you reach level 20, just know that you'll have your subclass unlocked, and then you can start setting your skill tree exactly how you want to for combat matches. Now, also, you would like to know that what I found simply helped me level up pretty fast was the public events. Definitely do the public events. Like me, I was doing them each time I synced them, or like I go straight to do a story mission, and the story mission would, like, cause you gotta fight many foes going through different areas, and it's gonna be strong enemies or waiting on you as well, or moderately strong depending on where your start is and how strong is your weapons and the area that you're starting off as well. But I like how you can get your character like strong fairly quickly when you do public matches. Like, either if you do it by yourself, majority for me, since I've been doing public matches, I had the, I want to say, privilege to work with other gamers that was already like in the particular area or that particular planet that I'm on, working on the missions that I'm working on. Now, during this particular time, I was actually doing some missions for Akora. And I was on my way to do missions for K too, because I was trying to continue up off the Red War storyline, so I can go ahead and move further on and get closer to the overall battle that was at hand. Sounds like the arcologies operate. However, like I say, like, I just wanted to get my character stronger, new weapons and stuff and that. And right now, from the beginning of this video, I actually was coming from like level 10. Level 9 and whatnot, so my weapons and my armor and my guns was fairly weak because I was coming up still in the beginning status. However, like I say, public matches is just it's riddled with loot, riddled with opponents, and then you got your like your high quality targets that you can find throughout the map and throughout the game, as well as a bounty hunter and a guardian. Excuse me. Which I also like I said, I enjoy. Like, pretty much since the game dropped, I've been off and on playing it, like, since the beginning. I want to say fairly on a year or so. When the game dropped, I was fairly on it, played it a little bit, but I didn't really get to quite understanding it until I dove deep, checked in a few videos, and was like, okay, I gotta give them Bungie credit, because they did make sure that they still add that element and what made us all love their previous heavy hitter titles in the past. Now, for me, I had the Warlock class, and I like, so you know, magic and sorcery, you know, characters, or the type of characters you can create when you have like the free control to have any type of character or character class that you want. I always had a thing for the sorcerer class, so I'll end up being the Warlock. And I do like where the skill tree is under the blazing sword, because that right there does the most damage versus doing like a vortex subclass, where you know it's a one-hit magic power that can destroy the entire radius with like a big warping black hole. But the flaming sword, the Valkyrie is actually a more preferred because you get more attacks to use, especially if it's like you find yourself swarming with a lot of enemies. Because that right there can kind of create a path for you in the midst to help you along in the game. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just in the midst of going through one of the missions that I have selected, and later in the video you're gonna see that I also was doing a few public missions or public event missions as well with a few people. Now you to order to find like good loot and things like that, I personally don't like to skip over anything that looks like it's from like, you know, somewhat new. That's possibly where I can investigate to where you can end up getting shards. Like you can find shards, like certain light shards or whatnot, or I like to say it's pretty much you can find like legendary stuff if you take the time to actually like explore some of the maps. But it also depends on the level. I come to find out that like the weapon drop, or like when you kill people like enemies, or when you are going across the map doing like a little treasure hunt or things like that. Come to find out that it all depends on your area where you are, and exactly like the level that you are too, because like the world kind of adapts to the level that you are as well. So they won't, unless you purposely like go somewhere where you know the opponents and the enemies is going to be like way stronger. You're like more so when you land on planets, there's going to be enemies that's going to be around in your like skill level, rank level, that's going to adapt to you versus you just being thrown out of there to the wolves in a sense and trying to come up or level up in that way.
I'll be there ASAP.
But I do like how, you know, it's kind of like you can kind of tailor your character to, you know, your style. Like coming to find out that I can push my character's color for his outfit, you know, weaponry. I like those type of skins as well, with the, you know, with the different type of shards that you would be able to pick up and mod for your weapons or mod for your outfits too. Now I didn't really do too much modding with this particular character as of yet, because I didn't really come across any like, well, there is legendary drops that you do get, especially like when you finish missions and things like that, and you go back to talk to like the commander or any of the NPCs that has a tie to the storyline in your character. They pretty much give you legendary stuff off the bat. Now, being that you are weak though, it's going to be hard to really use it. It's definitely going to be hard to really get it or attain it, equip it, until you reach that level of that weapon that you happen, or that legendary weapon that you happen to attain, you know, through various missions and stuff. So, like I say, the fastest way to do it is definitely like, I mean, the standard missions is good too, but I personally just like to do the public events as they pop up, because it's a time limit as well to let you know exactly when to start each public mission, and they give you a chance to actually run across their view. If you're not using like your sparrow to travel across the land or the map, you'll be able to get there on foot in time, even if you're not with your sparrow. But like I say, I must admit that this game, it really surprised me, because coming from like the first Destiny game, which was pretty dope, was pretty good as well, and the storyline was amazing, and then they just backed it up with a part 2, and like it was ups and it was like a roller coaster coming into part 2. Not saying it wasn't good, not saying it was bad, just saying overall it was just like with the split of the fans and what they expected versus the things that they wanted versus the things that they was going to start off with into the game. You know, it kind of just, it was more like if it played more into, or if you was just more like overall as a gamer, just ready to play it, just waiting for it to drop. Didn't really matter, you know, you how the Destiny 1 was. You ready to just go ahead and focus on to the next aspect of the games and things like that. You know, you wanted to see what other things they had to drop. Now, being that Forsaken just dropped,
the Almighty.
there are
Crown jewel
so
of the
much
Revelation,
to cover,
life's work of
and I'm
completion.
gonna, you know, I'm gonna
Dominus
definitely
Gall.
drop another video, like a certain weapons
Gall
to
has
get. I'm gonna drop a
subjugated
weapon
hundreds
video,
of
modification video, you know, how to
Those that
customize your
resisted
shit video.
no longer exist.
Following this one, and if
See
it's
the
a video that
Almighty
out of those, or a
annihilate
video that I
stars.
haven't mentioned, or a type of video that you would like me to cover content for the game, definitely leave a comment below. And the one I guess that has the more likes, or just the one content or the type that people are looking more forward into, I'll definitely cover first before I go into any others.
Nothing.
Now I do
no
like
one
how
survives Gall's ambition.
that this game,
What
it doesn't
he
to the point, like
wants
Bungie doesn't to the point when it
is the
comes to,
traveler.
they really doesn't,
And it's
you know,
light.
really, you know, when it comes to the theme music. I love the loading screen
As
music,
for
I
the
love the main
Almighty,
menu music, I love how
it's now
like the
pointed
voice
at
actors,
our son.
like everything was coming together so buttery.
In
So I
short,
love how
sir,
the drama aspect of it, just the enticing element of the game, allowed me to really just dive right into it without really feeling like I got left out. Even though that I was coming in weak, characters weak, pretty much can get beat up. You know, if you find yourself running across those higher bounty I want to say enemies that are all across the map, and that's another thing I was going to cover too, because once you find yourself in the midst of, like in the middle of the story, as the story starts to pick up, and then you were able to work with Kay to do like missions, or you were able to work with the commander himself to do like bounty missions. You know, that's when it starts getting exciting. That's when you can expect a little bit more for your character when it comes to defeating enemies and weapon drops as well, and also leveling. Like the bounty missions is also a good way to level up. And I have come across a few high priority targets, and I only lost to one. And that was because he was like, I couldn't even put any damage on him.
Speak.
He was like totally out of my class, and me being a level 20, that's when I realized I have to do the shard mission so I can level up and continue leveling for my character, so he won't just be like one hit kill coming to those higher priority targets that are scattered all across the solar system in a sense. Now what you see here is also like, this is another way, pulling up your big map and then seeing the available missions that are there, and it also show you like the recommended power level, or how powerful you would want your, or how strong your character should be when coming into these missions. And they will usually be scattered off across the map with the sword symbol, and it lets you with a description, and then lets you know what the reward would be of the mission. And you can also track it from wherever location is. Like the double down arrow, like the major, like the upside down triangle, that's usually like the fast track. And then you got the public events, and they usually be more like the you know, just like your you know, your little companion there. It'd be like an icon of showing with them, like a little like a smaller pyramid of such. And those are usually just you know, the icons that show up on the map where it will be a public event at that location. As you can see, like I'm automatically, well, not automatically, I was kind of already close to the location, being that I just finished up one mission for the Red War, part of the storyline. And I immediately joined into it. As you see, there's already other heroes or guardians that was down there and looking to, you know, just get the loot from the public event as well. And there are different types of public events. You know, you got the defender type, the the excavation type public missions. You got the eliminate, defend. This one personally was just like you had to destroy the Arsenal Walker. So pretty much it's like a more of an attack-based objective to, you know, to kind of beat them and clear the area. And like I say, this helps me level up a lot. I've been doing a lot of public event missions just to see, and then not only just to see how fast I level up, but also just to see like I like to also kind of scout other guardians in a sense, like what kind of powers they have, what kind of level they are, what kind of weapons that they use, what kind of armor that they have. Also in public events, because you know if you come across somebody who's pretty dope as a player, as a guardian, you're like, oh, you know, you want to be maybe possibly want to join up and be on the same squad, or you know, rally up, party up, be, you know, friends, things like that. It is a good way to just get a kind of a skill, and they can do the same thing, like kind of get an overall look to see what kind of player you are, how good you are in attacking, how good you are defensive, and more so for me, how good you are working as a team. Now, I'm covering fire, and as you can see, you know, there are also hero events as well, like in the midst of and I leveled up. You see, so I'm with this level. I was real weak, coming off level 10. But as you can see, we kind of took down the, you know, the walker fairly quickly because, you know, we kind of worked together. And when you're firing at it, it'll be able to reveal its weak points, where you'll be able to do more damage. And we kind of fairly took it. We took it down pretty fast. I mean, they dropped another one. But we kind of took both of them down really fast. Like I said, because it was already Guardians on the scene, and we all was like, we all was, you know, well, they were stronger than me at the time. So it didn't really take too long to just, you know, so get rid of them, kill a few of those, you know, the minions running around it, and, you know, just to get the points and leveling up. As you can see, I leveled up, like, before the mission was even completed entirely. Like, we only killed one walker and I leveled up like super fast. So that's why I really like, you know, public events, and I do recommend that you do public events when you see them, like, because they in their time, everybody can see it, anyone can join. I mean, why not? Because a lot of times I didn't have, well, a few times I didn't had to join the public event where I didn't even have to really kill or attack the target, because it'd be, you know, other players that were stronger than me, and they just do a lot of tremendous damage. All I gotta do is add 2 or 3 shots in, and we're good. But I love it, and as you can see, like, I'm noticing I'm using the track, because you can track, like, even if you're not fast traveling to get closer to the area, you can track any mission, any story mission, or any public event, hero event, you know, from your directory. And you're gonna go straight to there, and it's gonna show on your map. As you can see, it's highlighted on my map, and I'm going directly there. Now, if you're wondering like what kind of gauntlets I'm using, what kind of weapons I'm using, at this time, like the gauntlets that's going around my character right now on his wrist, it was more like a rare drop. I don't want to say legendary, because I mean, it's not so many legendary items you can get starting off, you know, so weak, and that can actually do a lot of protection or add into your attribute of your character. So but I really like, because they have you know, certain rarity items and pieces to where you can form together and they can create a set. And this one per se was just like, it helped like my character regenerate, like I want to say energy faster, and which I really did like. So I kind of kept them on for a minute. Then I wanted to check out the sword. As you can see, I'm real noob with the sword right at the moment. I didn't even know that you can actually guard. Like if you have a preference of weapons that you like to use, it's always good. Like the 3 main weapons that I like to keep at bay is always going to be a close range, a long range, and a mid range. And that could be shotgun, submachine gun, sniper, sword, submachine gun, you know what I'm saying, you know, scout rifle, just anything that you cover all the, you know, 3 of the bases in the distance, whether if you're, you know, far from an opponent and you're attacking from, you know, some ways, or if you're up close and personal and you're dealing damage. The emote starting off is kind of dull, but you know, me just testing everything out, I kind of like the idea of being able to interact your emotes when you're standing in front of not an enemy but a guardian or a player, and it kind of, you know, it kind of interact with them and lets them know that you're interacting with them directly. Now, as you can see the weapon chart, you know, I got the Valkyrie Flame Sword, that's my main power class or skill trait, and you can see the weapons that I'm dealing with. So, you know, 101, I like how you can see exactly what kind of weapon it is, what kind of damage that it does, and then the primary aspect. And I love how you can have a lot of weapons in your weapon slot for every weapon for the different weapon slots of the weapon that you may carry, because you might come across a lot of weapons and you don't want to get rid of them, and, you know, because you like to switch in between them. They can do a lot of damage, things of that sort of, and that's for every equipment that you have. So you can have a lot of helmets, a lot of gauntlets, a lot of like a lot of chest pieces, a lot of leg pieces, things like that, and weapons as well. And you wanna, and this is also the skill tree. And as you can see, the skill tree, I have it set up to where, like on the Dawn Blade, I've been calling the Valkyrie, I'm sorry, the Dawn Blade, to me, it's just because of the wings and the fire and the flying, like, it's definitely sweet, so I'll call it the Valkyrie. But the Dawn Blade, you can see, you can set up your skill tree, and the highlighted parts mean that those are the skills that you're taking on the battle at that moment. But you can switch the skill trees, you can also see the skill points that you're using, and you'll be able to decide exactly how you want to go into battle. But I love how you can see the damage. Well, the damage that it can do depend on the weapon. And I love how you can see the protection or the defense that you can have from the weapons or the armor that you have carried. And you can also dismantle it to make room. Now, always pay attention to what you have, because you can easily come across strong weapons and powerful mob pickups and armor, and you don't realize that you got a lot of slot room taken because you carrying so much already. So definitely keep an eye out for your inventory as well.
Next time we set up the secret base on
And
a dry planet.
you know, just make the finer adjustments as you like. You know, customize your character. Like my character is weak, so it's just at the beginning you just wanna have the weapons and the armor that kind of you know, it kind of like play to your character's strengths, and also helps with the weaknesses as well, because you're starting off, like I say, you're starting off low level and you want to get your character leveled up fast. So definitely do those public events and do the Crucible as well. Like I love the Crucible. I love how they got it to where you can do daily, you have daily bounties. And those bounties can be, you know, fairly simple. You know, get the last kill, get the first couple kills with a certain type of weapon, play just a certain amount of matches, and then you get the rewards for them. And I love it. It took me a minute to realize that you do have to pay, like, you know, the little the crystals that you receive, or the orb that you receive. You can use those to buy weapons, buy bounties, excuse me, things like that. Which is like I said, I'm still fairly just fairly putting everything together to, you know, to understand the best how I'll be able to play the game and the kind of experience that I can expect, you know, understanding all the ins and outs of certain things. So the Crucible can be found on the EDZ farm planet. Well, actually the Crucible has its own planet. Well, you can go to the EDC farm to talk to Lord Shaxx, which is like, he is the Crucible Lord. You know, as you know, setting up missions and letting you know kind of unlockables that you can get if you do go, or if you're ready to go and test your skills and test your might at the Crucible. Now, I'll do another video just showing how the Crucible is. Just, you know, just doing a little, you know, just a few gameplay videos. Nothing too hardcore at the moment, because, you know, there's a lot of people who are super hardcore at the Crucible. And like they always updating the game, they always updating the weapons and readjusting the tiers. So, you know, if it's an overpowered weapon one moment, it may not be. And then if it is a weapon that's, you know, normally known across, you know, the map or mission wise or the Crucible wise, then as you can see, these are the planets in the solar system. The middle planet is the Earth. The above planet above the Earth will be the EDZ planet, which you go to get your missions from your commander and the Sparrow and Cade. Once you finish the Cade mission, then you got the Crucible. And right now I'm going ahead and just start off in the Crucible quick play mission just to get some of the Guardian bounties out the way, and, you know, get some unlockables, quick cash, and, you know, and just to see what, like I said, just to see what it is. So I just wanted to show you guys exactly how you can get to it, you know, directory, what your skill tree look like, your weapon tree look like, and how you'll be able to adjust and customize your character. As you can see, like I got a lot of helmets I need to get rid of, and my power is 142, so you can just know that he can just get steamrolled during the Crucible. But, you know, it was fun, and I'm geek just to see exactly, you know, if I can get a few kills in it and just see exactly how, you know, the battle will go. Now, when you click on any of the weapons on armor, you're gonna see that they got two slots. They're gonna have like the mod slot, and then they're gonna have the crystal slot, which you'll be able to use to modify your armor color and things of that sort. So it'll be like um if you wanted to change it, like I like how certain crystals to have like a 2-3 color patterns you can switch from, and you can kind of match your character up, you know, fully from not just the outfit but your weapons to, you know, to a degree, and which is pretty dope. But yeah, that just pretty much cover our entirely of this how to get your character stronger video, and you know, understanding the content of being able to level up faster via public missions, and you know, just knocking down as many of the story missions as you possibly can from the original story plot at the beginning of the game. I haven't jumped into the Forsaken, but I will have the Forsaken portion of the missions as well coming soon. But I do would like to thank everyone for watching this video, tuning in today, and you know, let me know. Definitely drop a like button if you liked this video, if you learned you know, some things, some tips that help you. Definitely subscribe to my channel as I have, that way you can stay up to date with more content that I will be unleashing. And also, just, you know, if you have any type of videos that you would like to do, ideas at all that you would like me to cover about the game, please leave a comment at the bottom. Thank you for joining me today. It's your boy Click Spawn with the deal, and enjoy until next time.